Hello, my name is Brianna Nader, and I will be discussing both my own opinions and the content of the book called The Devil in the White City by Erik Larson. The Devil in the White City is a literary nonfiction novel set in 1890 Chicago, in which Erik Larson explores both the heights of human determination and the depths of human depravity. It has two storylines that run parallel to each other, one of which being that of our protagonist, Dr. Daniel Burnham, an architect who is intent on creating the World's Fair in Chicago, and Dr. H.H. Holmes, a serial killer whose charm and poise hide a calculating and reptilian nature. The two storylines run parallel to each other and represent good versus evil in a world easily influenced by both. In Burnham's storyline, it introduces David Hudson Burnham, an architect who initially gained fame by cooperating with his eventual wife's father. The father ran the stockyards and hired Burnham and his partner John Root, a very creative architectural genius, for several projects. This was actually how he and his wife met. Due to the family status, Daniel Burnham and his partner were signed on to be the lead architects designing the World's Fair. Disaster strikes when Burnham's partner Root dies of illness, leaving Burnham all alone to create this massive project. This shows a deeper sense of Burnham's character and thought processes and makes it much easier to understand how he works. In our other storyline, Dr. H.H. Holmes, a charming sociopath originally named Mudgett, comes to Chicago on the train. He is a very calculating person and takes advantage of Burnham's construction of the World's Fair by creating his own hotel, in which he secretly created a series of secret passages, as shown here in this blueprint. He also created many killing rooms by switching construction hands after every little tiny job. He goes on to take and eventually kill many women, using his charms as a weapon, including a woman named Julia and her young daughter Pearl. Holmes seduces and manipulates Julia into a vault in his hotel under the pretense of giving her an abortion, as unwed pregnancies are very deeply frowned upon in 1890 Chicago. He then proceeds to kill her using a chloroform-soaked cloth and pressure. He does the same to her young daughter Pearl, and after he has his way with the bodies, he sends their bones to a man who preserves them for use in doctors' offices. After the construction of the World's Fair, Burnham himself retires, and Holmes is put in jail for evading his debts. He's caught in Philadelphia, and a detective named Geyer figured that Holmes had probably done much more than he had admitted to and began investigating the disappearances of the Pietzel children. He was eventually convicted of his crimes after Geyer's efforts. This gave a sense of maybe closure to the audience, although we still had a sense of repulsion due to his discussion of his autobiography, which is not cool. The World's Fair ended in flames, and its end brought doom and destitution to the White City of Chicago. Workers who had previously been well employed in creating the World's Fair were now jobless, homeless, and hopeless. The unfair wages in the railroad system, particularly that of Pullman, brought strikes and riots to the Chicago. The World's Fair could be considered a positive or a negative event. The only thing that is definite is that it had a massive effect upon the socioeconomics of 1890 Chicago.